Operation Love Thy Chipmunk is a go. See, buddy, he's in the shade. If we're lucky, we might get him getting a drink. He just did. He got a drink from his water dish just a minute ago. All right, what do we say about that, Chip? Is that good enough for you? Sometimes I get it just right. I don't know how. Like, I swear, like, it was just like one day last year they almost became like magnetic. Like, it's the best way I can describe it. Like, the nut would seem to like pull towards the squirrel or whoever I was tossing it to. Oh, like, it was just the worst. Like, I kept hitting squirrels with nuts that week for whatever reason, and it was just like I learned how to use some kind of force, some kind of animal magnetism, I guess you could call it. I really don't know. I don't have the slightest clue. I don't have official terms for you, but I do have an official chipmunk for you, and his name is Mr. Chips, isn't it, buddy? See ya. Alright, how's about that one? You see it? Do you see it? Well, what are you doing here, Chip? Oh, are you going for a drink? We might be getting... There he is. Let's see, what do you think, Chip? You want me to toss you a nut? That would have been cool if you would have told me you were doing that. I could have got that. That would have been some good video, buddy. Well, I doubt you understand what a video is. Well, you probably do. You probably don't care. You're a smart chipmunk, aren't you, Chippers? So what do you say, buddy? You want me to toss you a nut? Do you want me to toss you a nut, Mr. Chip? Sometimes I think he just likes screwing with me. Like, he just likes to, like, you know what I mean, do something and see what I'll do. Like, one of his favorite moves is just to, like, appear out of nowhere. Like, there have been times where I'd see him on this side of the yard, and I'd come out the door, and he'd be coming from, like, a bush halfway across the yard. Like, just, like, you could tell he was, like, excited about it, like, all, like, smirking and happy, all proud of himself. He's a smart chipmunk, aren't you, Chippers? Stealthy one, too. What do you think, buddy? Do you want me to toss you a nut? Is that what you're trying to say? Alright, hold on. Let's see what I can do, buddy. See it? Look. Does that work? Is that okay? Alright. Because it's hard to get them to stay there. Here, see it? Alright, hold on. Game on, Chip. I'm gonna get you one. See it? Oh, that was close. You could have caught that one, Chip, if you really wanted to. Ooh, he's getting a drink. Oh, Chip. It didn't have it the right... Yeah, that's one of his favorite spots right there. That tractor wheel. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can find him. I have to locate him. Mr. Chips. Oh, there he is. He's back up on the wall. What do you say, buddy? Yeah, I bet you're excited about spring, too. Isn't it nice to be outside and have it not be freezing again, buddy? I can't tell you how much I miss goofing around with you. Animals are the best. I feel like they're some of the only beings on this planet that still have souls. Aren't you, Chippers? Huh. Alright, buddy, what do you say? Walnut? Alright, where are you going? I'm thinking maybe through the tractor. No, there he is. Alright, here, buddy, sit. Does that work? Let's see. Yep, that works. Mr. Chip accepts his walnut. You want a second one, buddy? Oh, there he is. He's coming up on the wall right here. You put his close up. You look at him. What a cool chipmunk. Isn't God the coolest? Like, you couldn't make something half that cool if your life depended on it. Let's just tell the truth. God is just, he's the greatest creator of all creators. And I feel like it's time that we honor him more than we do. Time that we take time out of our day to learn about his creation and to treat it the way it should be treated. The whole idea of treat others how you'd want to be treated. Treat God like you'd want to be treated, because everything around you, the only thing you could ever see, the only thing you could ever touch, the only thing you could ever hurt is God. Because God is everything. Isn't it, Chippers? Alright, buddy, let's see. How's about one of them? Or you want to collect some almonds? I know you're like, oh. Too close? Nope. See, that one was close. Oh, come on, buddy. I'm like delivering these to your door. Or is it just because the Blue Jays are yelling? Don't worry, buddy. I'll protect you from anybody that thinks about coming up here. Even if they're an alien. Aliens aren't scary if you know what they are. They're only scary if you don't know what they are and you trust the government that's gonna lie about it. Tell you they're angels. I mean, they technically are. They're what Jewish people call angels, but what the Egyptians called evil angels and what Jesus called the archons. Aren't they, chippers? They're monsters that eat suffering and traffic souls. And our government is owned by them. Almost all governments in the world have been owned by them for all time. That's why it's important to develop a connection with God on your own, to not rely on others. Don't rely on nothing but God, and you'll see the truth before you don't. But it has to be the real God. It has to be the creator of everybody and everything. You can't leave somebody out. Because God would never do that. It's not his way. It's not how he does nothing. So I think that's one of the biggest problems in the world today is religious fraud. Most people don't know the first thing about God. They haven't met him face to face, and that's not his fault. That's the fault of people being shitty. People don't realize it, but one of the biggest reasons that mystical experiences are rarer today than they were in the past is because they were induced by, a lot of the times, like vitamin deficiency and diseases that weren't such a big deal for us anymore. Like there was a time when basically every person would develop some sort of vitamin deficiency because of just really the lack of certain kinds of food, the winter. And that would lead to them having visions. That's why people believed a lot more than they once did in things that people almost can't even believe were ever real, in a more mystical tradition. Oh, we have some guys up here. I think he was squawking about my thing. Maybe that's what they're yelling about. Don't worry, chippers. I won't let them squawk in your face. Hold on, buddy. Let me get you a good peanut. Huh? I don't know what they're squawking about. I interrupted the lesson. Well, that's okay. Wait, where did Chip go? What do you say, guys? Squawking. Squawk! Oh, come on. You won't let me in? Maybe the Blue Jays will play ball with... Yeah, they'll usually answer me up to 3 times, and then they figure out I'm not saying anything. I'm just kind of yelling. Because they have their own language. I suspect it's based on, like, pitch and, like, location. Like, how they say the thing. Because they use, like, different pitches to signify different things, I suspect. That's not something I've studied terribly in depth. What do you think, buddy? That good enough for you? There we go, Mr. Chips. He's the coolest little buddy you could ever ask for, aren't you, chippers? I feel like every day I just keep thinking, I think like God's cooler and cooler every day. Like, what more could you ever ask for than the opportunity to prove that you love him in return? Because people, they don't really do that. They take what's been given to them for granted. This was all just here when they were born, so it's not as important to them as it should be. Well, it's time to cultivate that. It's time to make that something that's no longer in the past, but something that defines the present and the future. Religion's supposed to be something that brings people together and drives us to be better today than we were yesterday, and to be even better tomorrow. And anything that doesn't do that needs to stop being regarded as a religion. Any god that isn't the god of everyone, that suits to be some sort of ultimate power, it's just not real. There's one God. He made everybody. And there's the fact of Satan. Satan pretends to be God. That's what people gotta realize. That was what it always was in the canon, that he was a fallen angel. Well, it's the truth, but he also pretends to be God. People gotta realize that the spooky voice that demands constant bloodshed and misery and, like, blind obedience, most people would call that a demon. Most cultures would see that as something utterly satanic and wrong. And it's time that we recognize it that way. What else could it be but an abomination? It's long past time, folks. It's up to us. Nobody's gonna come and save us. Nobody's gonna come and solve our problems for us. Okay? That's what you gotta realize. Alright, I think that will do it. I still don't know what they're squawking about, but I don't see them no more. You kind of work. Yeah, we got a sparrow over here. I'll show him. And that will probably be the end.